It's going.
You ready?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yes.
Aaron?
Oh yeah.
Okay. There are these two guys. They just got out of college. They were starting their own business. Their names were Jack and Joe. They just bought a bar. They weren't having much business. So Jack's like, "Oh, Joe, go and get some guys for us to start drinking." So Joe went out, cut the deck. So he's looking around for some guys to drink. So he's walking. He walked 1 block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks, 4 blocks. He walked 5 blocks, 6 blocks, 7 blocks, 8 blocks, 9 blocks, 10 blocks. He walked 11 blocks. Get some guys. And back in the door came Joe. He brought back four moderately drinkers. And Jack gave Joe a $2 tip. So these guys, they were just drinking away, just having a good old time. It was only 4 guys. Jack's like, "Oh, Joe, we need some more business. Get a little party started in here." So Joe went out, got the deck. So he's walking around, finds some more guys. He went 1 block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks, 4 blocks, 5 blocks, 6 blocks, 7 blocks, 8 blocks. He walked 9 blocks this time. Back in the door came Joe. He brought back 4 heavy drinkers, just ready to start pounding some whiskey. Joe's like, "Oh, good job. Here's another $2 tip." So these guys, they were just pounding the whiskey left and right. And Joe's like, "Dude, we're running out of whiskey. We got to get some more so we can just keep these guys getting just wasted." So Joe's like, "Okay, I'll get some whiskey." So Joe went out. Got the deck, Aaron. So you walked 1 block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks, 4 blocks, 5 blocks. You walked 6 blocks and 7 blocks. And back in the door came Joe. He brought back 4 bottles of Ace High Scotch whiskey. And Jack's like, "Joe, where'd you get all this whiskey from?" He's like, "Oh, from the 468 Club." And Joe's like, "Oh, good job. Here's a $2 tip." So it was pretty much a big sausage fest in this bar, and and just all these drunk ass guys, just horny as hell. And Joe's like, "Dude, I don't want them to start hitting on us. We gotta go get some women." So Joe went out, got the deck.
Leslie,
Yeah,
I have low self-esteem.
you do. So he's walking. He went 1 block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks. He walked 3 blocks around the corner in the door, and back came Joe. He's just all proud of himself walking, and he's bringing back 4 strippers behind him. Just like, "Oh my God, Joe, you're the man. Here's another $2 tip." So it was getting kind of late, and one of the guys was about to leave, and he gave them a $40 check for the bill. But they didn't have any change because they just started their business. So Joe's like, "Oh, I'll go to the bank downtown and cash the $40 check." So Joe went out. You want 1 block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks, 4 blocks, 5 blocks. You walked 6 blocks to the bank. And back came Joe with some change. He brought back 4 $10 bills for the $40 check. And Jack's like, "Oh, which bank did he go to?" He's like, "Oh, I went to the Universal one at the 468 Club again." This time Jack's like, "Oh, doing all these errands for me. Here's a $5 tip this time." So these guys are just wasted, just talking about their lives and everything. And one guy's like, "Oh yeah, I just turned 68 years old today." Another guy's like, "Oh really? Me too, but I don't feel a day over 35. Another guy's, he was talking about his family, and he said he had a really big family. He had 7 children. 4 of them were boys and 3 of them were girls. And one guy's like, "Oh, I was in Las Vegas a couple days at the 77 Club there. And I was playing some Texas Hold'em. I had a really good poker hand. I went all in. I had 4 of a kind 9s with a 5 kicker. But the dealer, he just raped me with a straight flush."
Nice.